Y'all, the Angie Stone situation is starting to heat up faster than anyone could have seen coming because people are now starting to wonder if Ali Carter kind of predicted what is happening. For those who don't know, Ali Carter went viral last year when she exposed some high-level conspiracies going on in Hollywood, including celebrities tied to Diddy's alleged scheme. With conspiracies going around about how Angie's passing might have been an orchestrated hit, it looks like there might have been some truth in Ali Carter's claim, because there certainly is more to this than meets the eye. So does this mean that someone on Diddy's list took Angie Stone out? And was Diddy really threatened before her sudden passing? Let's break this down. Okay, so one thing about Ali Carter is that she is one of the very few people who have not only come forward to make bold claims about Diddy, but she also tied the whole thing to some pretty powerful names in the industry. And girl, let me tell you, it was a hot mess. So how exactly did Ali get involved in this high-level mess? Ali has insisted that at the very beginning, she had no idea what she was getting herself into. She was just a starry-eyed girl expecting a fancy event, maybe a little luxury, and a chance to take a picture with a celebrity. Instead, what she actually stumbled into was a whole other reality. An underground scene full of secrecy and wild situations most people couldn't even imagine. Ali also claimed that this wasn't some one-time situation. She said she had been pulled into Hollywood's hidden underbelly, and the things she had witnessed, well, let's just say that if even a fraction was true, it could have sent shockwaves through the industry, taking down some of its biggest names. According to her, there weren't the usual star-studded soirees with endless champagne, flashing cameras, and red carpet moments. According to Ali, what had gone down at these gatherings was on a whole different level and not in a glitzy, glamorous way. She had described events with layers, deep twisted layers where some of the most powerful figures in entertainment had allegedly been involved in things that would have made the average person's head spin. But she didn't stop there. Ali claimed there hadn't just been after parties where celebrities had mingled after award shows or networked with fellow A-listers. She had hinted at something far more sinister: hidden motives, secret agendas, and activities so wild they would have made even the most seasoned gossip connoisseur do a double take. And the most unsettling part, according to her, all of it had been happening right under everyone's nose. While the world had been dazzled by the glitz and glam, an entirely different reality had been playing out behind those velvet ropes. Her revelations are enough to make people question everything they thought they knew about the dazzling facade of Hollywood.
Touching the seriousness of yet, guys. Like, the videos that I've made, the videos that I've started to make, this is not even touching. This is the gist of it, and I think so.
Yeah. You don't live in the world you think you do.
But apart from the stuff, she also hinted that the powerful people who were involved were panicking because the Diddy situation was about to expose some of the deepest, darkest secrets of the industry. And get this, she claimed that there was more going on than we're talking about stuff like stealing from artists and going to great lengths to keep artists in line. And when the artists start to get out of control and make trouble, these powerful people allegedly take them out to keep the status quo. This has been rumored to happen to big artists like Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, and now fans are starting to question if this is the same thing that happened to Angie Stone. For years before her passing, Angie Stone talked about how badly she wanted to retire, but she was forced to keep working because she simply couldn't afford to retire. In an interview from a couple of years ago, she opened up about why she couldn't afford to retire after years in the industry, saying, "I have a family to feed. I have 2 kids and 2 grandkids. I have no husband. I have 1 parent that I take care of, so I can't quit because they all depend on me. Whereas I would like to settle down and have an easy life, it's almost impossible because so much of the weight is on me. I keep on going because of my family." That was wild because not only had she been in the industry for a long time, but she also helped make other artists popular, including D'Angelo and even Mary J. Blige. Plus, she wasn't known for living a fast and lavish life like most celebs, so how on earth didn't she have enough money to live off of? Well, it turns out that a lot of people have been secretly robbing her blind over the years. In her final weeks, Angie was gearing up to take UMG to court over unpaid royalty. After years of being overlooked and undercompensated, she had finally reached her breaking point. She wasn't just upset, she was ready for a fight. She had spent too much time creating, performing, and building her brand, only to see the money she was owed mysteriously not make it to her. She had had enough. From her perspective, just about everyone in her professional circle had let her down. Her management, the very people who are supposed to protect her interests, didn't step up the way they should have. Instead of fighting for her, they let things slide, making it easy for the label to take full advantage. And the label might have been the worst offender. Allegedly, they were sitting on millions of dollars that should have been hers, all while she kept grinding, giving her all, and barely seeing the financial reward. It was like she was carrying the entire weight of her career on her back, while everyone else around her cashed in on her hard work. This is wild because it's not like UMG is a small label that's struggling to make money. It's one of the biggest labels in the world, but somehow they still allegedly stole from one of of their own? Child, that's the lowest of the low. Angie aired out the messy drama on Instagram saying, I've just discovered something that's been hidden in the dark for too long. My publishing was stolen. And guess what? I know exactly who did it. But don't get it twisted. I'm coming for you, all the dogs who thought they could take what's mine. Trust, I'm ready. Just like Jamie Foxx said, what had happened was, well, now it's my turn to share my testimony. It's a new chapter, and you can bet the truth is coming to light. Stay tuned. Well, the next thing we knew, she passed away in a car crash where she was the only casualty. And this immediately made people suspicious because nobody else involved in the crash even had serious injuries, only her. If that isn't suspicious enough, there are reports that the driver of the truck that hit Angie suddenly disappeared without a trace. According to an anonymous source, I used to work at the same trucking company as the fellow who ran into the Sprinter van that hit Miss Stone while she was being tended to on the side of the road. She was thrown a few yards due to impact. I don't think he is going to return to work, honestly. This thing has tormented him and he's not responding to the company's texts or phone calls. My wife reached out to his wife to offer support after we learned he turned in the rig and left. My former boss says his explanation was that he came upon the wreck too fast to make an adjustment to dodge the wreck. As I look at the details that I have at my disposal, something just doesn't sound right about this. I'm surprised he hadn't been drinking because there is an extensive history of that. Well, I'm not acting as if I'm Perry Mason with the wherewithal to solve a case, just thought I'd reach out. Yeah, the math isn't mathing, and it turns out that Angie wasn't lying when she revealed that her label was stealing from her, because at her funeral, Tyler Perry not only confirmed it, but he called out her label over it.
Y'all gotta forgive me because I'm angry at the way she was treated. I did not know all the things that she was going through. Recently, I found out because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything. But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it? It's wrong. It is wrong. And I'm tired of seeing us struggle and go through things and work hard and not reap the benefits of what we were supposed to reap. But you got to be careful when you start mistreating people, especially children of God, because the Bible says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. And I'm going to tell you something. This woman was a prophet. She prophesied and preached her own eulogy. What am I talking about? In her song, No More Rain in This Cloud, she says, my sunshine has come. And I'm all cried out. There's no more rain in this cloud. And many of you may not know this, but I'm a pilot. And when you are a pilot, the first thing you study is the weather. And I learned about clouds. And what a cloud is particles, air and particles. And when the rain gets in that cloud and the particles get too heavy, it becomes to rain. It drops to the ground. It falls. It is just like our souls. We hold so much in. We hold so much pain. We hold so much that it has to come out of our eyes as tears. But the beauty of what she was talking about is when a cloud has no more tears, it dissipates. It's gone. But if you listen to that song again, there's a part that I want you to really, really listen to. She said, what goes around comes around.
Jaguar Wright also revealed that Angie was taken out by some very powerful people.
What do they want?
What do you mean? They want their payment. They want their pound of flesh. They want you to keep feeding the system. Doesn't matter how hard she worked for it. That's not her money. That's their money. That's what they do. They've been robbing me for years.
Yep.
They stole more money from me than they stole from Angie. I can't stop thinking about Nick Carter. And Aaron Carter. I can't stop thinking. Brother in the Illuminati, brother not in the Illuminati. Brother in the Illuminati commits all kinds of heinous crimes against women, and he's okay, but his brother's gone. And all he wanted was his money so he could push on. Like, how many of these things have to happen in front of the public? Of course they're going to attack, I'll be sure. Of course they're going to attack me. Of course, they're going to attack anybody who's interested in the truth. Of course, they're going to come at us really hard for that first 72 hours and make sure we stop posting or at least get us flagged from being able to go live so nobody thinks about the details of the fact that we just watch Angie Stone get moved around in real time on her son's.
It looks like Ali Carter was telling the truth about how Hollywood takes out people who don't want to be taken advantage of, which is every bit as sick as it sounds. But do y'all think that there is more to Angie Stone's death than meets the eye, or do you think that this is all a coincidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.